and you're gonna take it and you're gonna smoke them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right, that's all I need to be clear. That's all I need to be clear. That's all I need to be clear.
But it already happened. He played one of my leaked songs and it was better than every other song this year.
Because you did leak Drake's address, correct?
No, he advertised it when he was building the house. Everyone knows it. It's like a place in Canada you go by. It's a monument.
They say rich baby daddy. It's like Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
Wow.
He's like, like, man, my daddy.
Kanye West just jumped straight into the Drake versus Kendrick drama, and he's not holding back. He's out here naming names and calling Drake a full-blown informant for the feds. Now look, Kanye might act wild sometimes, but one thing he always does is come with receipts. According to him, Drake's playing both sides, acting like a victim now, but low-key been working with the feds this whole time. And that's not even the wildest part. Kanye says Drake's recent lawsuits against Universal Music Group ain't just about music. He's allegedly using them as a smokescreen to snitch on other rappers in the game. And guess who else ain't buying Drake's act? Kendrick Lamar. Word on the street is Kendrick's got more diss tracks loaded with serious heat. If what people are whispering is true, Kendrick's about to air out Drake in ways we've never seen before. But the real question is Drake actually working with the feds? And what's Kendrick gonna say next?
You serious, bro? I think that this is one of the worst situations that could have ever possibly happened in hip hop. Imagine you get into a beef with somebody that you want to engage with. Yeah, you got challenged, but then you antagonizing the beef. And it becomes one of the biggest, most looked at situations that's going on public.
By now, everyone knows Drake's been on straight defense mode ever since Kendrick clapped back in their beef. He's been pulling every trick he can to try and push Kendrick out of the spotlight. But here's the thing. Once again, Drake's completely misreading the vibe in the room, and that's where Kanye steps in to shut it down. See, Kanye and Drake been beefing for years, and Kanye's never hidden how he really feels. He thinks Drake's fake, like he only reps the culture when it helps him win, but the second it gets messy, he runs behind the scenes to his protectors. In a recent interview, Kanye didn't just come for Drake, he went after Lucian Grange, calling him Drake's sugar daddy.
They say rich baby daddy. It's like Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
Wow.
He's like, like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spins. My daddy got the DSPs. My daddy, Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian.
So all of his streams in the number ones is controlled by someone named Lucian.
Well, Lucian worked for people who control the banks in Africa.
He claimed Lucian's been pulling strings in the industry to keep Drake on top. But Kanye went even further, saying Lucian is a culture vulture using his power to control music and even influence black people across Africa. Now that's key, because just recently, Drake dropped not one, but 2 lawsuits against UMG. And Kanye's making it sound like these legal moves aren't innocent at all. He's saying it's part of a bigger plan to flip on people in the industry. Guess who's the top dog at Universal Music Group? None other than Lucian Grange, the same guy Kanye just called out.
He's still a hired gun. He's just like a nigga handler. Like he just control Universal. He run it for him, but he ain't no overboss or nothing like
so
that.
He not no billionaire nigga like Ye.
Yeah, I mean, but he got
you.
a billion. You know what I'm saying? His money is like infinite. It's a form of energy. It's a tool and shit. Work for people who control the banks in Africa, who keep,
Oh my God!
Think about
download.
We had Black Wall Street. We had Harlem. We've been gentrified, and we ain't really been pulled together since, other than to maintain what they call the black vote, which you don't have an opinion in that vote. And then they get all these celebrities. They go on TV like.
Now let's rewind a bit. Drake didn't just lose sleep over Kendrick's diss tracks. He straight up took the beef out of the studio and into the courtroom. After hearing Kendrick's GNX album, Drake clearly knew he couldn't win this battle with bars. So what did he do? Threw a fit and played the victim again. On November 25th, Drake hit UMG and Spotify with a lawsuit, claiming they were teaming up to rig the game and blow up Kendrick's track, Not Like Us. According to the court docs, Drake is saying UMG was running an illegal operation with bots, payola, and other shady tricks to push Kendrick's diss track to the top. That's right, he's accusing them of cheating the system to give Kendrick the upper hand in their feud, and get this, The docs even pointed out an example where someone asked Siri to play a totally different song, and boom, Not Like Us started playing instead. Drake's team is using that as proof that something's fishy is going on behind the scenes. But here's the real twist. This isn't even a full-blown lawsuit yet. It's more like a warning shot. Drake's lawyers filed a pre-action petition, which basically means they're asking UMG to hand over internal info to see if there's enough dirt to file a proper lawsuit later. In other words, Drake's out here saying, I know y'all up to something, now cough up those receipts so I can prove it. And because it's just a petition, Drake doesn't actually need to show solid proof yet. But he didn't stop there. He went as far as dropping a RICO allegation into the mix. Yeah, he's accusing UMG of deceptive business practices and false advertising like it's some full-on crime syndicate. Now that this legal stunt has gone viral, people are talking, and not in a good way. Folks online are saying Drake's just throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying anything he can to make something stick. Some are even whispering that this whole move feels like Fed behavior, like he's trying to gather info for something bigger behind the scenes. So now Drake's accusing UMG of fraud and throwing in RICO charges, the same kind of stuff Diddy's currently locked up for. But some folks think there's more to this move than meets the eye. Rumor has it, Drake's hoping this will catch the Fed's attention, and once they show up, he'll have their protection when he starts dropping names on other rappers. And guess what? Kanye's not letting that slide. Not for a second. Kanye's never been the type to bite his tongue, especially when it comes to Drake. He straight up called him a snake and a fraud, and he's not backing down now. But believe it or not, things weren't always messy between them. Back in the day, Drake actually showed Kanye mad love. Even said Yeah was one of his biggest inspirations early in his career. And Kanye returned the favor by helping out with one of Drake's early tracks, Find Your Love, off his debut album Thank Me Later. But of course, that piece didn't last long. Things turned ugly when Kanye felt Drake was getting too big for his own good. That's when the tension started. Drake was supposed to be featured on Kanye's 2010 hit All of the Lights alongside Rihanna and Kid Cudi. But Ye pulled a last-minute move and cut Drake's verse completely. That hit hard, and Drake never forgot it. From then on, Drake started throwing shade in public, and it only got worse. In a 2021 interview, Drake even implied that Kanye and Jay-Z jacked the whole idea for their collab album, Watch the Throne, from him and Lil Wayne. Crazy, right? What's wild is Kanye kinda admitted it later during a live performance. He didn't say much, but enough to make people talk.
As I'm standing in this city right now, I just want y'all to understand that there's been a lot of rappers that came in the game that wasn't able to do something like this for their city. And we wouldn't be able to make the music that we make. Me and Ho would have never made Watch the Throne if this nigga wanna put songs like that.
And Drake wasn't done. In another interview with The Source, he didn't even try to hide his intentions. He said loud and clear, I don't want to be as good as Kanye. I want to be better. Now, during all this drama, Kanye stayed quiet for a while, didn't clap back, didn't feed into it, until another bombshell hit the streets. Rumors started flying that it was Kanye who secretly leaked the info to Pusha T about Drake hiding his son, which led to that brutal diss during Drake and Pusha's epic beef. Pusha T took that deep secret and flipped it into a lyrical grenade, dropping it in his diss track The Story of Adidon and forcing Drake to step up and finally claim his son. He painted Drake as a deadbeat and the internet exploded. But when folks turned to Kanye asking if he was the one who leaked the info to Pusha, Ye denied it completely. Said he didn't tell Pusha anything.
Though, because I guess some people, the perception is, where did Pusha T get the information for the diss song, this song
like,
to Drake?
Don't even pull me.
I'm not pulling you. That's why I'm asking you.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying
right.
to people.
Right.
Don't pull me into that type of conversation. That's what y'all don't even understand. It's like.
So you didn't get Pusha T the information?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But don't pull me into this conversation. Like, I'm Ye. I got major things to do other than be telling him some information about Drake. You know what I mean?
Like that's gossipy.
Yeah. I don't sit around and do that. Like, I honestly don't care that much, in all honesty, bro.
Right.
Like, it's fine, but I just enjoy music, you know what I'm saying? And enjoy being with my family. I enjoy making music. That's not, my head's not even in that place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now, you have been very vocal about a lot of things.
But Drake wasn't buying that at all. He straight up said he believed Kanye had a personal issue with him and that all this behind-the-scenes drama felt like it was coming from Ye.
A sidebar almost to the biggest conflict, which is the ups and downs of your relationship with Kanye West at the end of the day.
I think that that's where all of this kind of stems from. It's all kind of rooted in that situation. Yes, you know, I think that he definitely recruited a guy with a similar dislike for me, no matter what he says in interviews. You know, I know that he can tell whoever, you know, I got love for him and whatever, but it's not love. You know, it's there's something there that bothers him deeply, and yeah, I can't fix it for him. So. Yeah.
Drake didn't stop there either. He made it clear he wasn't in a rush to fix things. He even said that if there was ever going to be peace, he wouldn't be the one making the first move, period.
Always willing, like I said, I'm always willing to give the love and the credit. But yeah, things have just changed. I'm not just some kid that's a fan anymore. And now we have personal situations. And like I said, a lot of his issues with me, I can't fix them for him.
But would you be open to communication?
No, not really, because it's not on my end. I have no problem with any of these guys. I don't even know these guys like that.
And Kanye, man, he wasn't about to say sorry either, not even close. In fact, he took things to another level when he went on a wild rant, accusing Drake of playing mind games and being messy about those rumors that he had something going on with Kim Kardashian. Yeah, you read that right.
Now, if I wasn't in a medicated state, I might have thought and had the wherewithal to say, hey, Pusha, don't diss Drake on my beat. And I spoke about that and took accountability for that. Now, what I'm looking for my spirit to take accountability is the fact that it's people making rumors or thinking that you f my wife and you're not saying nothing and you carrying it like that, that don't sit well with my spirit. You know, if I had a girlfriend from Chicago, her name was Renita, and then you was married to Rihanna, I wouldn't make no song called Riri. So when you're like, oh, I don't know where it come from, you too smart for that, bro. You know where that come from. Don't make no record with nothing that could be confused. And I told you, I didn't tell Pusha no information about your baby mama, nothing like that. That ain't come from me. But when you played that record for me in the studio that said, yo, we got some Kylies, we got some Kendalls, I told you, Travis is your man. Don't make no record like I told you, Travis is your man. Don't make no record like that. That man just had a baby with her. That's gonna be offensive. That's gonna be offensive to her. I hit Trav about the XT record and made sure that we was all good, that we know we...
Kanye was still married to Kim at the time, and he said Drake was sneak dissing him in songs and secretly texting Kris Jenner like they were best friends. According to Kanye, that was straight up snake behavior. Then came the tweets, and they were intense. Kanye said, been trying to meet with you for 6 months, bro. You sneak dissing on Trav records and texting Kris talking about how's the family. Stop this already, bro. You getting people hurt out here. And over what? It's all love, bro. But don't play with me. You stay too close to be playing all these industry games, bro. He didn't stop there. Kanye even claimed that Drake threatened him and his family, saying the rapper was willing to go way too far just to win a beef. And then Kanye dropped the real bomb. So Drake, if anything happens to me or anyone from my family, you are the first suspect. So cut the tough talk. That was huge. It was the first time another rapper publicly said Drake might go all out, no matter what it costs, just to win a petty war in the industry. Fans have started to catch on to a pattern with Drake, and it's not a good look. Every time he gets into a beef, he throws out something wild about the other rapper's family or career. Then when they clap back, he suddenly flips the script and plays the victim. That's exactly what went down with Pusha T. Drake got reckless, and Pusha exposed him for being a deadbeat dad. And now with Kendrick, same playbook. Drake dragged Kendrick's wife into the mix, trying to get personal, but Kendrick wasn't having it. He fired back with a brutal diss track that had everyone talking.
The same thing twice now. You mentioned Virginia Williams or whatever with Pusha T's wife, and you saw that took the gloves off, and we saw what happened. You mentioned Whitney, and Kendrick Lamar's wife name is Whitney. You have to be prepared for anything. There is no, oh, nah, I can't believe you said that. No, because you're talking crazy already, too. This is a knock 'em out slugfest. This is no holds bar. This is, I don't care what that is.
Just when Drake thought the smoke was clearing and he could start rebuilding his image after the Kendrick feud, boom. Kendrick came back swinging with a surprise album that made it crystal clear he's not done with him yet. In his newest project, GNX, Kendrick aimed more low-key shots at Drake, but the message was loud. The biggest jab came from the track, The Heart Part 6 now, which was Kendrick's way of reclaiming his iconic Heart series after Drake tried to hijack it. See, Drake had dropped his own diss track titled The Heart Part 6. A petty move meant to mock Kendrick's legendary series, but Kendrick wasn't even sweating it. He came back with the real Heart Part 6, fully owning the moment and ignoring Drake's version like it didn't even matter. But Kendrick wasn't done. In another track off GNX called Whacked Out Murals, he threw more sneaky shade at Drake. One line had people talking, Snoop posted Tailor Made, I prayed it was the edibles. Then he kept going, dudes from my city couldn't entertain old boy promising bank transactions and even Bitcoin. That line hit hard. Folks online instantly knew who he was talking about. And here's the kicker. Word in the industry is that Kendrick's just getting started. People are saying he's got more tracks locked and loaded, ready to expose even more about Drake. Word on the street is, if Drake really wants to push that lawsuit forward, Kendrick's got receipts. And not just any receipts. We're talking incriminating stuff that could blow this whole case wide open. Drake's out here crying foul, saying UMG and Spotify used bots to boost Kendrick's numbers. And sure, there's some truth to that. These labels do mess with the system sometimes, using bots and payola to push certain artists. But here's the twist. Drake's been on the receiving end of that same shady strategy. Yup. Back in 2018, when his Scorpion album dropped, fans noticed something was off. Suddenly, Drake's music was everywhere on Spotify. It didn't matter what playlist you clicked. There was a Drake track in it. Search something random, boom, another Drake song. Folks were calling it Drake overload. It got so bad that some users actually asked for subscription refunds, saying they felt like they were being force-fed Drake's album. That was real. Spotify even had to quietly settle with some of those people. So now, fans are dragging Drake for being a total hypocrite, complaining about bot abuse and manipulation when he benefited from the exact same thing years ago.
I don't know it like that.
He got this. He said the record didn't do the numbers that it did.
Right.
They inflated the numbers to make the song seem more popular than what it actually was.
Okay, I got that part.
Drake is the first guy to have 20 songs with at least 1 billion streams.
Yes, sir.
It's hard to say there's a rapper bigger worldwide than Drake. Right. Drake, bro, okay, he got one up on you. It happens. You take this kind of measure? Chad, I'm confused. Just let it, bro. He got you. Ocho, you know how guy, we round there, we joning.
Right.
Guy get you. He get on you just right. Hey, ain't nothing you can do. It can't no comeback. He just got, hey, bro, you got me today. Drake, he got you. It's okay, bro. You Drake. Kendrick got one up on you. Not the end of the world, bro. Yeah. But I'm surprised that he went to this measure.
But here's the kicker. None of that might matter if the feds step in. If they decide to take the case, it won't matter whether Drake took advantage of the system before. If he's the one snitching now, he'll be treated like the whistleblower, not the beneficiary. Wild, right? As for Kanye, he's not stepping off the Drake hate train anytime soon. In fact, he turned up the heat in his latest Vultures 2 album. On the track 530, Ye throws another direct shot at Drake rapping, "You a fake B, you don't love Ye, go listen to Drake B." Even though he doesn't name drop, everyone knows who he's talking about. So whether Drake ends up winning that lawsuit or not, one thing's clear. People are starting to see right through him. That certified lover boy image is cracking, and fans are starting to realize this whole nice guy act might have just been a cover all along. Some fans are saying Drake seriously messed up with this one, like he might have just pulled the worst move of his career. One person online said, "This is so gonna backfire on Drake. All his dirty laundry about to come out, and the embassy might get raided." Wild, right? Another fan wasn't holding back either, saying, "Drake isn't smart at all. The industry got rid of people for way less. Even if, and that's a big IF, he wins that money, he's gonna be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life." People are clearly thinking this lawsuit might unlock a Pandora's box of drama, and it could end up burning Drake way more than it helps him. Between Kanye airing him out, Kendrick on his neck, and the streets watching his every move, Drake might have just started something he can't finish. But what do you think? Is Kanye right? Is Drake a snake for the feds? And is this lawsuit gonna end up backfiring hard? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear what you got to say. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild breakdowns just like this one. And trust me, the next story, it's even messier. See you on the next one.